clear some of this background out so it ain't looking like, you feel me? So it ain't looking like, you feel me? I was watching a dude live the other day, and all he said the whole live was, you feel me? You feel me? Understand? You feel me? No, I don't feel you. I be hating. I was one of the people that had a problem with, you feel me? Well, motherfucker, because you got these people in prison, they tell these stories, and when they tell their story, the whole while, they be talking about, you feel me, trying to shake your hand, you feel me? Yeah, man, I did that, you feel me? All the while, they hands was in their nuts. Like, you got people that stand on the yard with their hands in their nuts and shit. I be conscious of them type of people, because them type of niggas be quick to pull their hands out and shake a motherfucking hand and give him a handful of niggity juice. Nah, No. That's why I was one of the people that didn't shake hands in the pen like that. So, I'm going to let it build up a little bit more, then we're going to get into the story about Super Crip. Because this story right here, Droops remember it, but I told it before, but it's been a long time. And one key thing that I forgot is like, man, I told these stories back when it was like 1,000 subscribers, barely. So some of these stories can be freshly told. And I was watching 30 to Life, and that inspired me to tell this story. Smack. How y'all like the new view? Touchscreen laptop and things. Yep. Touchscreen and things. This is a new era. I've been working. I'm telling you, like all the laptops I had before, all of them added up together couldn't do what this one do. So now I can get the multi-network going, all the shit. But anyhow, this story right here, man. So now that so much time has passed, I can pretty much tell it how it is now, because it's been so long and shit. People really don't remember. So the homie Beef from Oak Park, B here was on like 2 yards together. And we was reminiscing and shit, talking about how it was when he came from Mill Creek, when Mill Creek was actually GP. And how he came and popped up in Salinas Valley and seeing what was going on there. He was like, man, this is a whole 2 different world. They like really stabbing people here. And he got a real rude awakening on how serious it was. But anyhow, so I go to D-Yard. This has nothing to do with Beef no more. But I go to D-Yard. And to me, D-Yard was crazy as shit, because the Bulldogs and the White Boys was always putting in work. Man, them dudes was never off a lockdown. The Bulldogs was always doing something. So we hardly ever had a program like that. So in this particular situation, there was C-Yard and D-Yard. There's 2 180s in Salinas Valley. C and D. And at this time, they was both open. So on C-Yard, there was a dude over there. I forget I'm not going to even say where he from, but I'm going to say, this is the dude, Droop, that had Crip tattooed across his whole face. This is before face tats even was like popular. This is 2001, maybe 2001, maybe 2. So back then, prison is the land of tattoos. So any tattoo that just gonna blow your mind, you probably see it in prison first. You'll probably see it in prison. Like I had, like it was a, like the you ever seen a tattoo where people tattoo a gun on their waist? I didn't see that until in prison. Y'all ever seen that? See a white dude walking around. I ain't never seen no black dudes do it, but it's always a white dude walking around. They got a gun tattooed like on their waist. Man, the whole facial tattoo thing, I watched it go from not cool to fuck it. Because that's really what it's saying. When you get a tattoo on your face, you just saying fuck it. Like, fuck a job. Fuck having a normal life. Just fuck it. Tattoo my face. Let everybody know what the fuck is going on with me. That something is not right in my thinking process. And I don't think I'm going to be living too long to where these facial tattoos may harm me in any form or fashion. That's always been my thought process. That's just my opinion. But he had Crip, biggest day, CRP. So the word was on the other yard, on C yard. He was about to stab a police. Like, that was the word. He was about to stab a police. And that yard, they more vigilant. C yard was like the headquarters for all shit in Salinas Valley because they was with all the functions. Like, that was it. Like, them was the big dogs of the 180 back then. So he was about to try. He had his mind made up. I'm about to stab me a police. And so what happened is all the Mac reps. That's why like Mac reps be getting bad raps because they be doing little underhanded shit. Not all Mac reps is on the up and up. They be doing shit for the betterment of themselves. And so the Mac reps got together when they figured out that this dude was about to stab a police there. King Jojo said, "Wait, start over." I see you, bro. What's good, man? This ain't NC. Okay. I ain't gonna go back too far, but I'm gonna just give you a fast forward. There's a Crip. His name, we're gonna call him Super Crip, just like we had the white boy named Killer. We're gonna call this one Super Crip. Big ass. This dude was a big ass black dude. He was probably about like 6'6", swole as fuck, bald headed, Crip on his face, tattoo blasted. I remember when he was on CR. They found out, the Mac reps found out that this dude was about to stab the police. So what I was saying is Mac reps be getting bad names because they be doing a lot of underhanded shit for the betterment of themselves. They're inmates that act in the name of the inmate. Like if we got issues, we supposed to go to the Mac rep go to the captain, and the captain hear the complaints of the inmates that speak as a whole through these Mac reps. But these Mac reps be on drugs. They be doing all type of foul ass shit and not doing shit for the people. Some of them is on the up and up, but not all of them. But these particular bunches, I know some personal shit about them. So yeah, them motherfuckers found out he was about to stab the police, and they got together and got his ass up out of there. And sent him to D-Yard. Now, in D-Yard, we had our old situations going on. So when he first came over, it was like CR dumped their baggage on D. But when he first came over, this dude is the only dude I know that held the day room hostage. I don't know. I'm gonna try to describe it like a 180 yard. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4 on one side of the wall, and then you got 5, 6, 7, 8 on the other side of the wall, and then 5 and 6 building is connected, and 6 and 8 building is connected. So what happened is there's a pod in each of these buildings. A section has a pod, B section has a pod, C section has a pod. And if you manage to get out on a lockdown and you tell the police, I'm not going back in your cell, I'm not going back in my cell, you pretty much getting prepared for some type of action because they're going to come in there with all the business. This dude managed to hold the day room hostage. He held the pod hostage. The police was scared to come into the pod. to do anything, to talk to him. He took the TV off the thing. We had a TV. He took the TV off the thing and broke it. Bam! Slam dunk. No. Matter of fact, excuse me. He took the TV off the thing, blam, TV break, grabbed it by the chair, by the cord, and slung that motherfucker in the shower and turned the shower on. This is a 180 yard. We had not heard of nothing like that. I'm telling you, we had not heard of somebody doing some shit like that. So that his actions made echoes all through like all the buildings. Like, this dude is crazy. The Crips already started getting together talking about we're going to have to get rid of him. Like, he going to have to go. Like, we can't do this. So, anyhow, so we on lockdown. I ain't work in the kitchen. The Crips is on lockdown. This is how close I came to getting involved in this shit. Remember how I said 5 and 6 building is connected. I'm in 5 building. What connects 5 and 6 building is a chow hall. A little small chow hall, but you could walk from one side to the other. So I'm serving breakfast, doing my thing. This is around that time with the frying eggs, dirt. This is that era right there. So we didn't heard rumors of somebody supposed to be trying to stab a police. So we moving fast. We trying to get done serving this shit and get back to the cell before this shit go down. Because we don't know where it is. We just know it's about to go down. And we ain't sure how because we're on lockdown. Man, so this is what happened. We shoot back into the cell. Me and D Hunt. Bam, we shoot back. We gone. We tell the tower, open the door, whatever. All of a sudden, the suit. Matter of fact, they didn't even get a chance to close our door. They didn't even get a chance to close the door. As soon as they open the door, because they leave it open for me and D. Hey, shout out Marcos Flores, man. I appreciate that. That's my first super chat in damn near over a month. Just want to let that be known. That was my first super chat in over a month. So Marcos Flores, I appreciate that. If it was later in the day, I'd take a shot for that. So the door was open, but I'm in B section. Whatever is about to happen is in A section. The only thing we could do is look through a door to the other section to see what's going on. So but at this time, when they open the door, me and D Hunt getting our shower shit ready because we about to shower because we on lockdown. We critical workers and things. Man, all of a sudden I hear, "Get out, blam!" I hear, "Get out!" Oh my God! Oh my God! Get out! Get the fuck, man! I'm telling you, it was like hearing terror. I heard terror in this female police in the tower. She was a dyke. I mean, no disrespect to dykes or nothing like. I mean to females that like other females. Good looking out, slow burner. No disrespect to females that like other females, but this was a butch. So she didn't already displayed all type of aggressive ass shit to where you would think she would stay down. All the female came up out of her when she seen what happened. So this is what happened. When the first shots happened, it was the block gun, not the real gun, the block gun. But what made me come running out the cell to come look through the door and see the other side is the way she was hollering like, "Oh my God, stop, please get out. Boom, get out, please get out." That's what made me look like, oh shit. I ran to the door and looked. What I saw was Super Crip had the police in a headlock, stabbing his ass. Bam, 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 bam. And there was nothing that anybody could do. Like, she's shooting out the tower with the block gun. Bam. But Super Crip got him in the headlock. Bam, 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 bam. Just riding him down. Man, I ran back to the cell. They over there getting the police right now. Get rid of everything. So we started flushing. We had to get rid of everything because we knew what was about to happen next. We already knew. Man, when the police came in, it was sounded like it sounded like a bunch of tambourines because the keys, when they come, you hear it. It's like, man, when they came in that motherfucker, it was a tambourine. So this is what happened. Now let me go back. So this is what happened. They did a cell move. They did a cell move because there was no way to get a police really because we on lockdown. But if you do a cell move, can y'all hit that like button for me one time out of respect? Out of respect, portifies, like I used to say back in the days. Can I get a like? Check. Out of respect. Shout out my moderators that's here too. Let me get a like check out of respect. So this is what happened. They do the cell move. The police, his name was Camper. I'll never forget his name. His name was Camper. Because, you know, sometimes you got police that really, like, deserve it. I mean, not to sound heartless, but you got police that like, they come to work to make your day harder. Like, they don't understand. It's like, I swear, it seems like they put on their CO uniform and they become G.I. Joe. It's like a phenomenon. Because when you see these same police on the streets, they ain't nothing like that. But when they put on they suit and they become G.I. Joe and come to work with that bullshit, then of course you're going to be targeted. Of course you're going to be targeted. So therefore, Camper wasn't that. Camper reminded me of like a family man with some kids at home. He stumbled onto this job and he was just trying to pay the bill. That's it. So Camper didn't think nothing like this could happen on a level 4 yard. So Camper is doing the cell move. When they do the cell moves, they gotta like write it in the paper. Like, bam, okay, whoop-de-whoop, Smith is moving to cell 109, and Johnson is moving to cell 103. So they did a basic cell swap. That's all they was doing was a cell swap. So he came out of his office. He ain't tripping off of nothing. Just a cell move. He's just monitoring the cell move. So while he had his back turned looking in the cell, that's when Super Crip came up behind him, grabbed him in the headlock with one arm, and stabbed him down to the other. I mean, stabbed him like he must have hit Camper at least like 15 good times. Good times. Remember, my door is still open. I'm scared as shit in my section. Like, please close my door. Because they coming in, and when they coming in, they want any and everybody that was black that could have possibly had something to do with that. Man, they must have came in that pod. The people that was getting moved in the cells, what you think happened to them? Because remember, there's like 3 inmates out. There might have been 4, but there was 3 inmates out for sure. While that was going on, while he was stabbing the police, them inmates didn't get involved. Like, they didn't get involved. They probably knew what was about to happen, but they didn't get involved. Man, when the police came in that motherfucking pod, they didn't have no choice. They didn't have no choice. Man, them police came in beating everything up. They came in beating everything up. I don't know what happened to Super Crip, but I know all the people that was involved that got beat up, they didn't have no choice because, you know, when they coming in, I seen something similar to the phenomenon that happens when another police gets hurt. And that was the girl that was in Philadelphia, and she made her turn down the wrong street in that she had a white SUV, and all the police just descended on her SUV. Immediately she had her son in the back seat. The police immediately got to busting her windows out and shit with batons, snatched her out, and got to beating her. Straight mob mentality. Well, they asked the police in Philadelphia, like, what happened? Like, how that happened? They don't even know how to just explain what happened. They just one of their officers had just got killed. So they don't even know. They're not even accountable for their actions. So, man, back to the story. So when they came in there, they beat everybody up in that day room. And if I would have happened to have been trying to do too much, like go slide something into A section and not go straight back home, and if I didn't know, man, I would have been in that pod and I would have got an ass. I was minutes. I'm talking about minutes. My door wasn't even closed in the other section. If I would have even been out my cell tripping on anything, I would have got that ass whooping. So when Super Crip left, I don't know what happened to him. But that's a story of the hardest Crip I've met in prison as far as like him. He had his mind made up what he was gonna do. Camper, he survived from what I hear. He survived and retired. Like he was never another CO again. Like that was the end. That was the end. But he survived. The other people that was in the day room that got beat up with Super Crip, they ended up coming back to the yard. Like they realized like they had no choice. Like the police came in like super overly aggressive. They had like what they got in prison is called like a 602. And a 602 is a grievance. So they had to 602 they way up out of their situation and explain. They had to pose it like what would you do? Shit, the police come in beating you up. Like what you ain't even done nothing. So you're gonna fight back. So they ended up coming back. And like I say, Super Crip, I don't know. That's that story. He said they killed Super Crip. That was a big motherfucker. All right, so I'm going to go back. If there's any questions, I'm going to answer them. If you got some questions, shoot it. What's good, man? Buenos dias, South Sac, Iraq. King Wasana, King Jojo, Big Keyway. I see you, KO. He said that room looked like a cell. It do have. It do have. But the thing is, right, when you get your own space, and you lived in a cell for damn near 20 years of your life, do you think you're going to be able to disguise or hide any type of ethic that you have inside that cell? I don't care if it's the way you set up your deodorants, the way you design your pictures, the way you set your TV. I'm telling you, there's something that's going to come out in 20 years of living in a box. This is about the size of a 180 cell. This is called this. Just in case you didn't know, this is called the shack. This is called the yard shack. But the yard shack is about the size of a 180 cell because it's big enough for me and my cellie to work out with 2 bunk beds and a toilet. So yeah, this the shack. This the yard shack. Originally, the thing with the yard shack was going to be for subscribers to like send in paintings or send in a picture or whatever, and I was going to put it on the back wall. But right now it's happy holidays, so we got Christmassy and things. But after that, we'll get back to it. I know Crazy Nick got a painting that he's sending that I'm going to put up. KO, I see you. Las Vegas Strip back open. Check this out. Because I'm going to be staying at the Stratosphere I'm going to be there from December 30th to the 1st. December 30th, 31st, 1st. I'm going to be at the Strat, right? When you told me that, I waited for about a day, but I had to call like, fuck that shit. I done already spent hella money. So they said that they open, they not closed down, but the thing that fucked up is they saying they ain't going to have a fireworks show. And that's like the highlight of New Year's. Anybody been to New Year's in Vegas? No. That's the highlight. So they said they ain't going to have that. But the strip going to be the strip, basically. Police watch this. What's good, Sarah? This is ATL. Let me know when you live again on that app. I'm tapping. I'm gonna do that tonight. We're gonna have the weathercast tonight at 7. Let's see. Do you miss those pinner joints? Hell no, I don't miss them pinners. Them motherfuckers, even our fattest joints inside was still pinners. Even our fattest joint, what we consider a fat joint in prison, is still a pinner out here. we was rolling like .2s. We was rolling .2 sticks. Then we didn't even call them pinners. We called them sticks. Any guards, active gang members, or just on a payroll? Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You better be. I remember there's this one CO, right? In a northern prison. I ain't gonna say which one because he was all right with me. But this motherfucker is a Mexican, straight out Mexican from Southern California with a big bushy mustache. And this dude is like, he looked like a Southside gang member, like for real. So I seen him at the Roseville Galleria. And I was like, I walked up to him. I was like, man, I know you. I was like, I know you. He was like, how you know me? I said, I know you from Old Folsom. He was like, yeah. I was like, yeah. He said, when was you there? And I told him when I was there. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, it's good to see you. He didn't recognize me. But I didn't want to let it go. Plus, I was getting some shoes right there. And then he told me, he said, I work at Old Folsom. I was like, the fuck? He had an LA Dodger hat on. He looked straight like a Southsider. He was with his girl. He looked straight like a Southsider. He was, I just said where he worked. Oops, my bad. But he was like, yeah, I work at Old Folsom. I was like, damn, that shit crazy. I thought he was an inmate that was there. That motherfucker was a CO. But that go to show, it's a good thing that like COs that really don't be on that bullshit, when they come out here, they ain't really got nothing to worry about. COs that don't be on that bullshit, like they really, because CDC stands for California Department of Rehabilitation. It used to be, when I first went, it was CDC. Now it's CDCR. And that means that the CO's got to take like another oath or something to swear themselves to like the rehabilitation of inmates. So if they following that oath and they there to rehabilitate inmates and then make it better or whatever and make a difference, then that's cool. And when they here come out, they got nothing to worry about. But the ones that be making motherfuckers time harder, they be out here, they be staying to their community. Like they stay to their community. Where do you hide your phone? Now, I can't say that. That's like a El Negativo. But I will tell you this. Once upon a time, I came with a way to hide a phone, and that shit was platinum. It was platinum. And I used to tell the story about like Droops know about the story about the pubic hairs. The pubic hairs. I might tell that on like a Patreon or something like that. But I won't tell that story on this one because it still could work. But all I'm gonna say is I seen somebody else that had did almost the same exact thing I did. And nobody had taught me that. I taught myself that. But shit, it goes to show if you could think about it, somebody else can too. And somebody else put that game out there. So really, I can't say where people hide their shit. I won't say. But I do know, like, the Bibles and shit like that, that shit is all played out. So don't go to prison thinking you're going to hide your phone or any type of thing in a Bible like you see on TV. That just don't go. LOL, they watching. Hood Talks. And Auntie, you know damn well, hey, and you know like I know. The homie, I told you, the homies, like, if some homies I did want to come on, but they let me know. Like, sometimes COs be watching my shit. COs be watching my shit. That's why I keep it the way I keep it. Like, that's why I keep it. I got, like, all the homies that I feature is homies that's home and hopefully doing something good. But I'm you COs, I'm very much aware that y'all be watching my channel. y'all be watching my channel. So all the homies that's inside that be checking us out too, y'all make sure y'all keep usalama on yourself at all times. Y'all keep usalama on yourselves. So let's see. Watching show we link you gotta shoot me a number. I got your number locked in, KO. I got you. Dirt no karate. I don't know no damn karate. I know the basics though. Saying Cal, man, I see you. My bad for not acknowledging you, man. I see you. Salutes back to you. I was playing with the yard shack. I didn't see what you said about the yard shack. What's the smallest phone they got? Nah, they got some shit now. I just found out. Like they got some phones now the size of like dominoes that do all the shit. They decide they like this big, do all the shit. It's a whole different day and age now. Al Curl, what's happening? King Jojo. Tell us a story about the worst pair of shoes you ever had. The worst pair of shoes I ever had to be probably them LA Gears. Them LA Gear hiker boots. Like it's either the LA Gear hiker boots or the Dope Man Nikes. Either one of them, like the LA, I said the worst pair of shoes I had. The worst. So the LA Gear hiker boots, it was guaranteed when you had them things, eventually they was gonna start talking. And what's talking? That mean when the front of your shoe becomes disconnected and you walking and your foot is slapping, like you taking a step and that bottom that flap because it didn't came disconnected. Them LA Gears, everybody was walking around that motherfucker talking. And if you got the fake LA Gears, then you really was gonna be talking hella quick. Like them motherfuckers was gonna be funky fresh for about like 2-3 good days. Then you gonna go out there and call yourself playing kickball or something. Next thing you know, you gonna be having conversations. Like you gonna be walking and flap 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 flap, and don't have it talking on both sides. Like don't have the don't have the flap talking on both sides. So you walking and you flap 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 flap. Tape them up. Then the other thing, the Reeboks, that was the other one. That was the three. The LA Gear hiker boots, the Reeboks, and the Dope Man Nikes. Now the Dope Man Nikes and the Reeboks, they had something in common. Because them motherfucking cushions was like this thick. Them cushions was this thick. You put them shoes on, you was getting an extra inch. So anyhow, with them shoes, the problem was they used to get what we call the gangster lean. The gangster lean. That's where the back of your shoe, the heel of your shoe is like this. Like you walking, like if I could see you from the back, you gonna be looking like you walking on like uneven because your heel it's gonna chew up the way you walk. So that motherfucker, you gonna have a gangster lean, and that went down with they was called the Reebok Classics. All right. All right. Any more questions? If not, I'm gonna end this live. But I'm gonna talk about the weathercast. So KO, man, I'm gonna try to put it together. Like I've been getting people, they be turning down the fades. I know I got a good weathercast coming tomorrow with Nate Dogg and Nate Dogg and possibly Silverback. Hopefully, Silverback doing his thing right now. Shout out Silverback. Shout out Silverback. I endorse that guy. I will say this. As soon as I hit the button on his live, that motherfucker started talking to Excalibur. I was like, oh shit. Hey, y'all ain't never see Silverback. That motherfucker started talking to Excalibur. As soon as he come on, he'd be like, Excalibur. Ah, shit, man. Hopefully we get Silver back on, man. Hopefully we do. Let me get an interview for a question or two later. Only with fat people. Larry Lopez. I see you, Lopez. I see you. Only with fat people. Not true. Not true. Because I was a kid and I experienced the gangster lean way before DRS. Let me get an interview. Yep. So other than that, man, I'm about to twist my blunt, get my day started. I appreciate everybody that tapped in and things. If y'all want to chill with me the next 10 minutes while I smoke this blunt, we could do that too. Because I will say, I made $6 super chat, man. That's pivotal. That's pivotal. Because sometimes this is a Henry's 24. Shut up, Hannah. She got a unique ass howl when she stuck outside. Like she be some crazy ass howl. Like let me in. Watch, y'all probably hear it. So we'll consider this part. We'll consider this part of the live, the afterlife, because sometimes people tap in. They want to hear some good stuff. They want to hear some knowledge. So I say we get that good part. We get that good stuff out the way in the beginning. Now we at the afterlife. This dog here. Do y'all hear that? Excuse me, y'all. I gotta let the dog in like that. She got the depressing cries. Come on. Come on. You ain't coming? Get you there. Stay out there. Big Bad, what's happening, man? We at the afterlife now. This is where we talk about music and things. What you been listening to? So, for me, what have I been listening to? You tell me what y'all been listening to. I might get that shit cracking. But I've been actually listening to Shooter Gang Coney. Shooter Gang Coney. I was pleasantly surprised. For y'all that do know about him, I was pleasantly surprised to hear an artist from Sacramento that actually got bars. Like bars, regardless of what they stand for, like he got bars. And he talk about real stuff. Briss had bars too. He said, "What happened to Zipper Face?" Oh man, that's fucked up. Oh man, that is fucked up. But what I will say, I don't even know if I put it in the story. I don't think I put it in the story what happened. I know that this is what happened though. For y'all want to know what KO talking about? When I was on the yard and the Southsiders rushed me and the homie got sliced up like 14, 15 good times. Like all in the face. Like neck, face, head. Like inside we call it he got lit up. Like the homie got lit up. But if you look at how he got lit up, the homie Oh yeah, and he had some on his arm. So if you look at where his wounds was, them motherfuckers was all like defensive wounds like this. So pretty much he laid down and just was and let him dance on him with that razor blade. And then when I seen him afterwards, he looked like Zipper Face. I was just talking about the keloids that razor blades leave. You get hit with a razor, you damn near rather get stabbed than sliced with a razor. You get sliced with a razor, that's like Mac 10 for life. Mac 10 for life. Y'all ever wondered what a $1.50 was? I didn't know what it was till I went to prison. But if you ever see somebody walking around with a slice wound from like right here above their ear down to their face, that's a $1.50. And what a $1.50 is a reminder. It's like a warning. You get sliced, bam. Like, I'm not gonna kill you, but I'm gonna warn you. And I'm gonna give you a $1.50 so that every day you look in the mirror, you be reminded of where you fucked up in the game. That's a $1.50. 150 degree. Let's see. Snoopy badass picking the litter. Oh, got it bad. Keloids are they get bigger and bigger over time. Yeah, that's fucked up. 150 stitches, yeah. Tell him about the white boy that got threw off the tier. Man, that was put like this. At Old Folsom, white boys jumping off the tier was a regular thing. But the one that I seen was the one that's the one where dude said, all right, brother, I'm out of here. Got a letter from his girl, went to the edge of the tier, from the 5th tier, went to the edge of the tier, saluted, and was out of there. Blam. Hit another dude. That dude, when he hit the ground, like everything shot out, like he splashed. Shout out to homie Pint, too. Pint was like right there. No, that's the guy in Old Folsom that jumped off the tier. You're talking about fuck, what's the fuck? And Tracy. You're talking about Tracy. You're talking about what the fuck is his name again? What the fuck is his name again? Now I gotta look. Tracy reception, thrown off the tier. What the fuck was his name? See, that's why I'm glad I record that shit when that shit is on my mind. That's a classic too. Bam. Your channel. Bam. Dewey. Yeah. So Dewey, for y'all that don't know this story, but Dewey he had the line for the sack card in Tracy. Y'all want to hear this whole story again? Y'all know this story? It's a lot of new people. So y'all want to hear this story about Dewey? Well, I'm on one. I think we got 18 minutes, 16 minutes left. I think I could fill up the clock with that. All right. So Dewey had the line for the white boys in Tracy. And I'm telling you, These white boys in Tracy is putting the yard down every day. Every time we go to the yard, they beating somebody up. Somebody's getting beat up every time the white boys go outside. So Dewey, somebody asked, matter of fact, boom. Somebody asked me the other day, had I ever made a bad call? Had I ever made a bad call? And I can't really say I made a bad call. I just probably made an unfavorable call. But when you make the bad call, a lot of times, like, that's because you didn't got somebody beat up. And, like, if you get somebody hands put on somebody and you made a bad call, then you should get hands put on you. So Dewey had somebody beat up that didn't have it coming. Like, he had the wrong person beat up over some foul shit because they was just beating up people left and right. So Dewey thought he was all tough and shit. He thought he was tough. So he got the woofing to the wrong white boy. So next thing you know, we hear the alarms and shit. We see all the police running in units, but we don't quite know what's happening because they ain't telling us. We kitchen workers. We just continue feeding the units, and that was that. So then the next morning when I go to work, the whole prison is looking at their phones. Like, all these COs is looking at their phones. Something's going on. Like, there's a buzz going on in the prison. Like, you could tell everybody's kind of excited. Like, everybody keep talking about something. And you can tell when everybody talking about the same thing. So they got to talking about a white boy got thrown off the tier in the wing next to mine. And it's viral. Overnight. Not even overnight. Like, before the evening, that motherfucker was super dumb, dope, viral, right? That's because the homie Gotti, he's not the homie no more because he went back other. But at that time, he was Gotti, the homie. This nigga was recording the shit out his window while it was going on. Like, he got it from start to finish. You see the other white boy. You see Dewey talk shit. Well, he was talking shit to the white boy, and then he turned his back. When he turned his back, dude came and grabbed Dewey, picked him up, and threw him over a tier. And while he was live, while Gotti was live, that shit happened. That shit went viral so fast that within an hour, the police had located exactly what cell filmed that. Well, actually, I think they narrowed it down. Some spooky shit going on. I think they narrowed it. That's crazy. The microphone dropped. Oh, shit. So, anyhow, the white boy, not the white boy, the homie, they snatched open 3 cells. They figured it out. Take their phone. They still in the cell. So I get to the cell where the homie's got a phone, and I look at it. I see it clear as day. Like, damn, this shit really viral. Like 100,000 views in like less than like 24 hours. It went crazy. Profess, what's happening, man? So next thing you know, that white boy facing murder. I mean, attempted murder. Dewey come back. Dewey in a wheelchair. He getting fed in his cell, but he nursing himself back to health. Like, I knew he was nursing himself back because he was trying to buy some of that good stuff again. So, and he was in there every time I come by his cell, he'd get up out of his wheelchair like, look, Dirt. And then we start busting down some burpees. Like, they ain't ready for me, Dirt. I'm almost back. So he started with, I'm at 70%. Look at me, Dirt. Yeah, now I'm at 80%. Now look at me. Next thing you know, he was like, I'm back 100%. And he got to feeling himself again. Got to calling shots again, or thinking that he was a shot caller. Made the wrong call. Consequences for making the wrong call. Man, the yard went down. For somebody somewhere else. Like, somewhere else on the yard, somebody was fighting. The yard go down. And like I said the other time in another story, when you get in a fight on the yard in Tracy, by the time the police get to you, they tired. Like, they tired. Like, some of them probably need asthma inhalers because Tracy got some fat ass, out of shape ass police. fat ass, out of shape police because they didn't got the job because they family is COs and they using politics to guarantee spots. But they got rules set in place for out of shape ass police that prohibit them from doing certain shit. Like they can only work certain positions. But you got some that think that they can do what they do. By the time they get to the yard, they need an inhaler. Like you be like, damn, everybody, all the other police be made it to the yard. These motherfuckers is walking. So what'll happen is, if you getting your ass beat, you better have some wind in Tracy. You better have some wind to be able to fend off your attackers because it's just a wide open space. It's a wide open space, and about 3 minutes before the police really get to you to take any type of action. Man, Dewey, so the fight happening on the other side of the yard. Yard down. We about to go in. We thinking we about to go in. All right, they didn't got the dude. Next thing you know, we look up, we see 3 white boys running across the yard. In slow motion, though, because they was kind of out of shape. But they was running in slow motion. They were kind of laughing, giggling. But they running. The yard is supposed to be down. Ain't nobody supposed to be moving. But the thing is, sometimes people make an executive decision and risk their life and safety to go get their property that they left at the bars or something like that, because whenever the yard go down, they be like, you can't get your shit. Like because it was just an incident. So wherever your shit is, you can't get it unless it's a cool ass police. So we think these white boys is running like saying, fuck that shit. Like we might got drugs or a phone or anything in our jackets over here. So that's what I'm thinking when I see these white boys running across the yard. And Tracy's a big ass yard. All of a sudden they stop in front of Dewey. Dewey jump up, and it was a real life paradigm shift, because it was like, damn, I thought Dewey was the man. Like, damn, they really sent 3 white boys at Dewey, and Dewey got the tip in him. Bing, bing, ding, bing, bing, ding, bing, ding, ding, bing. He at least touched all three of them white boys. He touched all of them at least once until the biggest one dove on him and tackled him. Then that was kind of all she wrote for Dewey. The funny part is Dewey still stayed on the damn yard. Dewey had 9 lives. He definitely did. But that was his discipline. They sent 3 white boys at Dewey, and he jumped up even after getting thrown off the tier, being damn near paralyzed. He still damn near handled his business as long as he could. Remember Sergeant Carrillo used to give you the black leather strap at the cell. I don't know. I don't remember that one. Risk takers. What's happening, man? What about the time Wes Watson gave you all his celly suits? Nope. That ain't me. Dewey, ding, 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 ding. Black leather gloves reception. It was hard. Hey, you know what? I never paid attention to that. But you got them COs that really, I'm telling you, them G.I. Joe COs, them black gloves is part of their attire. Like, that's part of the intimidation outfit. Like the Goon Squad wears black gloves for sure. They got black gloves, black patches, black suits. You know the Goon Squad coming. Yep. So we got any tough female COs. Man, when I was listening to 30 to Life, he said that there was a CO in High Desert named Hardcore. But there in Salinas Valley, there was a female CO named Hardcore. And she had a complex. She had been in the military, but she was hella little, flat booty, flat chested, looked like a little boy. But they called her Hardcore. She go in your cell, tear your cell up, didn't give a fuck, and play the games with you and let you know, like, she with all the functions. Like I I went to the sergeant, like, man, I went to the sergeant because she would hit my cell and took like some of my shit, but she was tripping with my celly. So I'm like, I want my shit back. Man, the very next day when Hardcore came back to work, because I went to the sergeant on her, she was already in my cell, tearing the rest of my cell up, took all the rest of my shit, and told me what? But the thing is, with Hardcore, as time went on, I had been in Salinas Valley then in 8 years. So she was just starting. So by my 4th year, she was already a sergeant, and we had the utmost respect for each other on everything. Hardcore. Her snubs a crystal head. I ain't gonna lie though. So what? I don't care. Like, cause you never know, man. Some of the greatest people that you follow in life, like musically and all that, they all had demons too. So I don't care if you listen to Michael Jackson or all these new rappers that sip syrup and stuff. They all got demons. So everybody on something. That's just his lane. Practical Joker. Nah. I've been watching them dudes that be going. Y'all ever seen the dudes, right? I can't think of his channel right now, but they got AR-15s, and in Florida, as long as you say you going fishing, you can have that motherfucking AR-15 strapped on your waistband. As long as you say you going fishing, and this motherfucker goes all over Florida with walking and go fishing with an AR-15, and the police be pulling up on him, making him get out, trying to take his gun. The people be calling the police on him. That shit hella funny. Hey, KO, you are absolutely right. Like, but I understand that everybody on something. I don't care if you on Starbucks. Everybody on something. And these young niggas, like, from what happened, like from when I went to jail, like in 97, that was the beginning. Hold on 1 second. You okay? Yes. I checked earlier. They weren't there. I'm live right now. But I'll check one more time though and see. All right, love you. All right, where was I at? You can have guns in your glove box in the center console. Yeah, but as far as open carry, they have the motherfuckers strapped in the open, just walking on the pier, is like they going fishing, and that's the law in Florida. I mean, and I can understand why, because it's alligators, big ass snakes, wild boars. It's all type of shit in it, because that's indigenous when you fish. So they gotta have some in play to equalize the threat that you face just trying to go fishing in Florida. And I'm gonna tell you, the whole time I was in Orlando, I didn't hardly see nobody fishing. It's hella water everywhere in Orlando. But did I see hella people fishing? Maybe one time when I went to some backwoods and took a back road hella far out, but you don't see people fishing like that. Gun laws hella loose and different here. Yep. So carry our tackle box everywhere. Nice, yeah. They be trying to play. I seen them try to flip it on dude because he said, "Man, I was walking to go fishing." He said, "So why are you stopping me?" He said, "Because you're not fishing." But he was walking to fishing. That's the only thing that they was able to come back. One of my best homeboys died from COVID. 35 years old. Damn. Let the record reflect that COVID is real. Anybody think COVID is not real? Let the record reflect. That shit is real as shit. And it is killing people still. And it ain't gonna and there's no telling how long it's gonna be till the vaccines reach the people that it's supposed to reach. There ain't no telling how long it's gonna be. Like vaccine coming. But what they not saying is vaccine is coming to these people, and it's gonna be about 5-6 months before it get to you people. That's what they not saying. So it's people that's gonna be dying with the hope that of a vaccine that wasn't even nowhere close to getting to them, and that's some bullshit. In other news, get ready for your stimulus checks. Them stimulus checks. Them stimulus checks is about to be in the mail. Shout out to those that don't need them, but at the same time, there are some that could use that shit for some Christmas presents and things. It's only gonna be $600. It's only gonna be $600, but you know what? Like I seen somebody say, that's better than nothing. That $600 is gonna make a difference in some people's lives. So that shit is real. The ballot has been passed. Look in your account for your $600. So whoever get their first $600, tap in, and let everybody else know that this shit is legitimate business. You know what? This just the way it goes. Like some people feel one way about a vaccine, but as time goes on, people gonna change their minds. So all I'm gonna say is that be honest with yourself. When the time comes and you have the opportunity to get vaccinated, look at the facts and be honest with yourself and take a calculated risk. That's all I'm gonna say. If it's in your best interest to take a calculated risk and save yourself and others, I mean, just look at it for what it is and don't be afraid to change your mind. I might change mine. I might stick my arm out and tell them, hit me. I might tell them, shit. If I change my mind right now, I just need to kick back. Like I need to see what happened to these first peoples and things. I'm standing on that. But when the time comes, because it's going to be a while before we actually get the opportunity to get it. So, but to now and then, I may change my mind. So, hey, all I'm saying is just trust yourself. 19-year-old previous health conditions, and the doctors don't think they can keep him alive through the day. See, that's sad. That's sad, man. That's sad. So all you can do, man, is make sure when you move about and move around, make sure you have your mask. Like if I ain't got my mask, I'm going back in the house, or I still want to drink this mask. But I ain't leaving the house without it. That's supposed to be like your phone nowadays. Like your mask is like your phone nowadays. So please do not leave the house without it. That motherfucking COVID is real. Protect yourself. If you look at the maps of where COVID is hitting the hardest, if you in one of them red zones, you need to pay attention. That strand out there in England, y'all need to pay attention to that shit too, because that was serious enough for them to close down certain parts of the whole other country. So pay attention to that super strand too. Don't go to sleep on this shit because it's real. They secretly want people to all get infected so they can get back to a normal way of life. Yes. Now you think they're going to give you the vaccine because they want you infected it so we can all get back to a normal life. I said it twice so you can catch it. All right, man. Well, I appreciate y'all. This has been a very good live. I seem to realize that going live earlier is better. Numbers be higher when it's early. So thank everybody. Shout out all my moderators, Big Bad, Debo, everybody came through. I appreciate y'all. Dirty. Go.